Hey guys, this is Dave Naranjo from LinkedInConnect.com and FirstLevelConnections.com, and in this video I want to show you something really interesting that you can do with the data that you're able to download from LinkedIn. And when I say data, I'm talking about the email addresses of your first level connections. So as a lot of you might know, or if you're new to LinkedIn, maybe you don't know this, you can download the email addresses and some basic contact info of all of your first level connections. So your first level connections are people that either accepted your invitation to connect or you accepted their connection request. And so what is really good about this is that there's actually quite a lot that you can do with this data. And so first of all, let me just show you how to download your connections. If you're not familiar with it, it's really easy. Let me show you really quick. First, you're going to go to Network, My Network. You're going to go to Your Connections. You can either click the number or go to the button. You're going to go to Manage Synced and Imported Contacts, and you're going to export contacts. Now, do you want all of the details, or do you just want certain things? So I just want to download my connections. Okay, and then you just request archive. You enter your password. And then LinkedIn is going to send you allow you to download the details within a couple minutes. So we'll be right back once they allow me to do this. Okay, so all you do is you go back in a few minutes, you refresh the page, and then you should see Download Archive. And then it will download as a zip file. Okay, so if you have any unzipping programs on your computer, you can use those, or you can upload the list to like Google Drive and then unzip from there. And then I'll show you something cool that you can do with it. So here is the list of all my connections that I have on LinkedIn, everyone that I downloaded. These are the primary email addresses of these people. This is all of you, all of my first level connections. These are the emails that you use to actually create your LinkedIn accounts for the most part. And, you know, we have your titles here, your company, first and last name, and the date you accepted the connection request. Okay? So, you know, as far as emailing goes, you know, unless you've only been connecting with people in very specific targeted industries or specific titles, you know, sometimes it's hard to monetize your connections because, you know, they might be in all different industries, and some of the people might be in industries that they have no need for the service that you're selling. Also, you know, LinkedIn, although their search engine is great, it doesn't give you any consumer details. So there's no way to search for people based on their gender or their marital status or any of their consumer purchasing habits. However, there are companies out there that can take your data and tell you exactly what people are interested in from a consumer standpoint. And that's what this video is about. So I'm going to show you how to take this data from LinkedIn and append consumer information onto it. And what this will enable you to do is determine how many of your connections, what percentage of people are interested in certain consumer things. So if you are part of any affiliate programs, let's say, or if you do sell consumer services, you can get a better idea if your audience of first level connections is going to be receptive to it. So let me show you something now. I'm going to upload my list to a company called Tower Data. And then Tower Data is going to tell me exactly how many people in my list have specific consumer interests or demographic interests that are not searchable from within LinkedIn, because LinkedIn only gives you industry type information. So with LinkedIn search engine, you can tell which of your connections are in certain industries, have certain titles, have certain keywords in their profile, and what locations or schools that they go to or have went to. But with Tower Data, and there's certainly other companies that do this as well, they take your email list and they scrub it against their master database, and then they're able to match by people's buying habits because all this big data is collected, and you can actually see what your first level connections are interested in from a consumer standpoint. So let me show you that now. So this is tower data or instant data, and I'm going to import this list, and within a few minutes they're going to break down my list and show me all the consumer buying habits of all of you, of all of my first level connections. It's very interesting. Okay, so it's uploading. So they also do email validation, so they can tell you exactly how many emails are valid or how many are dead. And then email intelligence tells you how many people, or tells you the consumer buying habits of the people on your list. Okay, so now we can see that 84% of the emails from my connections are valid emails. I guess the other 16% bounced. But they have a ton of email intelligence on 96% of the data. So let's go to the list here and check it out. I love this stuff. So check it out. So out of 3,027 records, and these are all my first level connections on LinkedIn, we could tell what the gender is of 2,864 of those people. We can tell the age. We know the city, zip code. There's many other fields here. These are the top purchase fields. So look at this. Let's take a look at this. So let's see what we have the most of here. Okay, of the interest fields, health and wellness is a very large interest of 24% of the people. And we'll go over, the costs after this. So I know that roughly 25% of the people of my first level connections are interested in services having to do with health and wellness. So possibly if I wanted to market to those of you who are interested in health and wellness, and I was a member of some affiliate program or some commission, like a share sale or something like that, and I could post status updates that will link to the products that I'm selling through the affiliate program. Why can't you do that? There should be no reason you could do this. I think status updates are a great way to promote certain things like this to the consumer side of the LinkedIn audience. And so I know that 756 of you have that interest. I also know that 21% of you are interested in automotive. You've purchased things for your cars, I suppose, in the recent past. And so if there's any automotive affiliate programs that I'm into or that I'm into, then I can sell that to you. Or books. You've also shown interest in books. You purchased books. 858 of you have. So I think status updates are a great way to promote certain consumer-driven programs on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, I believe, can be used for more than just B2B marketing. It can also be used for B2C marketing, because now by uploading your list, you can know exactly how many people are interested in what. And of course, you can also use like MailChimp to email people that have a specific interest. And let me show you what you get when you purchase this data. So you can pick the data that you want to purchase. So basically, they take your data, they scrub it against a huge, massive database, probably owned by IBM. And then they know through big data, they've been collecting this data for years. They know what you've purchased, when you've purchased it, what your interests are. Believe me, they know everything. But as marketers, you can use this to your advantage as well. And I think it's ethical also. I wouldn't, send direct messages to people about consumer services on LinkedIn because, it's a little bit more pushy. But status updates every once in a while, maybe once a day or so, I think it's a great way to use this type of information on LinkedIn. So let me show you really quick what this data looks like once you get it. Okay, so I recently purchased the travel. I wanted to get the data and find out who in another list that I had are people that have a travel interest. And this is also LinkedIn verified emails. And this is what I got back from Tower Data. So they were able to tell me all of these people have purchased travel-related products recently. And so this was the data that was appended off of an import of about 25,000 people. So out of 25,000 people from LinkedIn, I think these were all HR directors. 1,968 have purchased travel stuff in the past. So I can actually import this list into my LinkedIn account or into or maybe a virtual assistant that works with me. I can import this list into their account, and they will start getting connections of these HR people that are also into purchasing travel products. And so now I can have my virtual assistant post things about travel-related services that I might be helping promote and getting paid for promoting, right? This is just an idea. I don't actually do that, but this is an idea of how this data can be used. And I think it's a great way to really make the most of what you have. LinkedIn gives you a lot of data, and you can use this data and you can use other services to really find out who the people in your list are and start to monetize all of your resources that you have on LinkedIn. Hope this is helpful, guys. Of course, please let me know if you have any questions. Just message me or and subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have about this subject. Thanks, guys. Take care.